Alrighty. So, last time, I feel like we did a whole heck of a lot for the kingdom. You guys claimed some more areas. You got some farms and fisheries going. Got some mines going. You have, I believe, 4 whole hexes now claimed. Truly lovely. You've been trying to just kind of knock out some more exploration around this area in general, just near the capital. Along that way, you were able to meet Jubilist. Yay! Video game character. And the party of our lovely map makers. And they kind of agreed after you all helped get their stuck carts out of the river to reveal a few different positions of various things around the kingdom. They revealed that there was like a troll stronghold down in the southwest. There was a abandoned stone keep over in, pinging the wrong layer here, over in this direction. Which you guys know, like, hey, if you could take that over, like, that could be pretty useful for building new things. You also ran into, just above there by the Skunk River, you guys ran into a group of lumberjacks who were really getting into it.
Are you there, Ben?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yep.
Were you just talking? Because I couldn't hear anything you were saying.
Oh,
Yes, he has been talking.
Okay. So I guess you guys are hearing. Can you hear? Can you hear us now?
Yep.
Oh, okay. But yes, so you guys were able to resolve that situation. Sorry, excuse me. Between the loggers, after reminding them like, hey, well now we run this place and you don't have a license, which they seemed pretty worried about. But you guys did talk to Meliance, a Nixie, who was there, and she kind of agreed to let them go if you guys were able to replace the various felled trees that the lumberjacks had brought down. You guys already replaced one of them, and I believe you have at least one more of those tree tokens, correct? Or at least you're going to get one from your new friend, a lovely dryad and her satyr consort. That is Teresia. She lives in this grove up here. And she agreed that if you guys could go down into the Blighted Hollow by the Murk River, which is where we are right now, it's where we finished last time, and take care of a basically carnivorous tree that was making life really annoying for her and the other Fae in this area, that she would be happy to provide you with another oak tree token to let you guys help the Nixie in question. Couple other spots that you guys have seen. You know that down over this way, that's the lair of the Lizard King. You heard that down over in this corner, that is the lair of a particularly powerful owl bear. What other places did you find out about? Gotta line up my 2 maps for references here. Up here in the on the west side, that there is a like boggard community over there, kind of like frog people. I think that's most of what you heard from the map maker. I feel like there's one that I'm missing, but I don't recall which one it is. You guys got that guy. You got that guy. You got the owlbear. Oh, I'll say that's most of them for now. I think there's one more that I'm blanking on, but if it becomes necessary, we will know. All right. You guys also were able, did your kingdom expansion. We can do some more of that later. Right now, you guys are more pressed about fixing the Nixie stuff and just exploring that area. I think the goal is once you solved the oak tree problem, you were going to go explore that ruined keep. But, as always, in the Stolen Lands, there's a million options. So, I think, because we're going to have our new character come in here in a little bit, I think, you guys can go turn in that quest, and then we can encounter our new friend shortly thereafter. Do you have any questions about last session before we get farther into it?
I'm good.
All right. Cool beans. So, we can spin our horse around, and head on back to the Grove. All right. There, you would be able to find Teresia herself waiting for you, along with her satyr. As you all approach, kind of turns to a lot of you. You look pretty muddy. Did everything go okay, or you made it back?
Okay, so for the moment, I'm still running Avon.
Yes, you still have him for now, but I'll message you in a second. We'll tag him out soon.
Everything went swimmingly. It was a great success for us.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Well, myself and the Fae, thank you for all you've done. You see Falchos, the satyr that you guys glued down last time. It's kind of just like standing behind her with his arms crossed, but it's like, all right. So she is going to kind of pluck that leaf out of midair to give to you guys last time. She's like, I gathered a few more of those, and just other bits and bobs I have lying around here, as thank you and recompense for helping the Fae of this region. She kind of waves Falchos forward. She's like, and she brings forward a pretty good pile of loot. She kind of starts pointing out what she's got here. She's like, well, those are some good berries that I created. They won't heal a lot of wounds that you may have sustained, but they will fill you up for the day. I had some potions that will cure you as well. A scroll that'll let you summon some of the beasts of the forest. A wand to cure your wounds. And I made 6 of those tokens for the trees. So we drop that in here.
You are extremely generous, my lady.
And you all are extremely brave for slaying the beast that we cannot. So that's the rundown of the stuff she gives you. So we got some Cure Moderate, Cure Wand to Cure Light Wounds, and then 6 more of those like Oak Tree tokens. She's like, is there anything else I can do for you? Or, well, I suppose this region is as much your home and your kingdom as it is mine. Is there anything else I can do to help?
Do you know anything of the ruin to the southwest?
She's like, the ruined keep just over that way.
Yes.
She is going. I'll see how much she knows about that place. Let me go here. Okay. All right. As she kind of like stands there for a second, she ponders. She's like, "Well, the abandoned. What are you doing? My cat is hanging upside down from the bottom of my chair. Bold move, my guy." She's like, "Well, in the past, I know a lot of bandits have used it as a bit of a hideout, but it is, for all intensive purposes, quite a potent stronghold. I know there were others that were sent from the lands to the north that wanted to turn it into a capital or a city, and I don't blame them. It's a lot of work already done for them. At the moment, though, well, I do somewhat worry that it has been overrun. I know previous bandits have trapped it, and there may be animals that have made their home. Last I heard, there might have been... Well, he is a fae. Do you all know what a quickling is? I'd say if you guys want to check, you could make a knowledge, local, history, or nature, because they are local to this area, if anyone has those at the moment.
Haven just looks around at the rest of the group.
Grellin, you've heard of quicklings. They are essentially a very small form of fae. They are about 2 feet tall on average. Usually they only weigh about 15 pounds. They're extremely light, but they are extremely fast. You know that they have a tendency to be pretty malicious, even by fae standards, and usually revel over like fighting and killing those on the material plane. They prefer to try to like strike as quickly as they can, and just like surprise people and like it's some quick damaging strikes before they can react. I'd say both of you are remarkably consistent on the double 24s. I think the pair of you would know that like they are indeed so fast that if they are moving, they kind of effectively gain invisibility. Just because they're like blur of speed. Apart from that, that they're pretty evasive, got the high speeds, and you would know that like they, mechanically that extra damage, they do have sneak attack stuff. She's like, I heard that a quickling, he goes by the name of Rig Gargadilly. Well, he came over from the First World many years ago, but I know he's greatly enjoyed finding new haunts every so often to attack and kill travelers. If my consort, Justice the Satyr, is, correct in his assessments, I think he might be living there at the moment.
And he's unlikely to converse with us rationally, I suspect.
Quicklings are not typically ones to negotiate or ones for diplomacy. They have offered deals, as many of us Fae do over the years, but it wouldn't be my first choice to try and work with one of them.
Noted.
Very well. I hope that you all travel well, that you can bring my fellow Fae, the Nixie over there, the trees that she desires, and if you do end up heading towards that ruined keep, just be careful.
Do you happen to know how to slow it down?
I don't know how to cast the spell specifically, but if you are able to cast a slow spell or something similar, time stop could work as well, but it's very powerful magic. I'm not capable of doing that. If they are slowed, it is so anathema to their beings that it will sicken them as well as negate their supernatural speed.
Well, it's good to know. Thank you.
Yes, very good.
Of course. She kind of like does like a very gracious bow to you all as she begins to like merge back with the tree. All right.
Yeah, that was quite the encounter. Well, I suggest we go back and plant the other tree for Bubbles. and then we might need to stop back by the capital.
Yes. Do we know if there's anyone that sells scrolls in the capital yet?
The capital's like growing by the day, so it's not impossible that someone could be there to sell some more scrolls.
Well, if we're going to encounter this quickly, we should probably be able to at least slow it so we can at least sun a band over it.
That makes a lot of sense. We might want to hold off until we manage to get that scroll.
Agreed.
All right.
Or does anyone know how to cast slow?
Well, certainly not Avon.
I don't think so. All right. Well, with that, you guys still have a pretty decent chunk of the day left here, so you would be able to go back to your Nixie friend. Should be back over yonder. You see the satyr just kind of like flips you off as he disappears into the tree as well. All right. Whoa, hey, calm down, Chrome. Google Chrome, why you gotta do that to me? Okay. So you guys are able to make it back to that bend in the river. Remember, it kind of widens into that deep pool dotted over with like lily pads and like waving reeds. The stumps of the felled trees are still nearby. The lumberjacks have long since left. But you see the Nixie there. That was quick, only a day or so. Do you have a means of fixing my trees?
We do. And I pull out one of the feather tokens and ask, where would you like it?
She's like, oh, I hadn't considered that. I suppose. Well, let's put it on the opposite side of the pool this time. Mix things up.
Very well. So I go over and activate it and stand back.
Boom! Another like burst of green magic as a enormous oak tree springs up. Again, about like 20 feet thick, like 60 feet high. Truly a tree that normally would take, who knows, hundreds of years to grow. Well,
And we do find ourselves in possession of a few more of these. Is there anything you'd like to trade for them?
She pauses like, well, I don't have a lot of material things to trade. I do have a ring that could help protect you all. I'd be happy, though, if you plant more to keep an eye out along the Greenbelt's rivers and try to send you any rumors of danger or trouble.
Very well. How about this? For every piece of valuable information or intelligence you send, we will bring over a tree.
That sounds fair to me. Thank you.
Thank you.
She kind of just like happily lays back in the pool and just kind of, looks up at the overlapping branches of these giant oaks now. All right. So, you've already explored all of these hexes. So you don't have to, waste any more time doing that. Let's see. You guys left there. I'm just checking my notes about what time it would be at this point. It would be pretty near evening at this point. So you probably have to make camp either in the woods or somewhere along the river.
Ludwig,
Yes.
would you like to select us a campsite?
Let's give me a survival check.
Perfect.
Ow, fucker. Sorry, my cat bit me. I think he's big mad that I was not here last night. Let go, my guy. All right.
Well, if he keeps being chaotic or evil, he may not be a paladin for much
He
longer.
truly, you might lose your powers, dude, if you keep this up. I'm just gonna warn you. All right, come up here. Come up here. You're hanging out with me now. Okay. I'm gonna say that's. You are gonna find a spot, but that is gonna increase the chance of possible encounters here. Oh my goodness, a matching set of dice? What are the odds? Oh, I'm gonna save us some time. I literally rolled 1%. You guys are totally fine. Have a good night's sleep. Could literally not have been better on that table. Alright. Let's see what weather we're working with the next morning before we head back to the capital. Ooh, okay. So at this point, sorry, my computer's being a bit weird right now. You guys are in some pretty heavy rain right now. So at this point, since the rain is basically just like, blowing super strong, sleeting like directly towards you, this is going to slow your travel time. So through the marsh tiles, normally it's 5 hours. It's gonna take you about 6. So it'll be
certainly be nice to get back under shelter.
Yeah, it'll be pretty close to nighttime by the time you make it back to the capital. And let's see. Okay. Everyone, give me a perception check as we're riding back towards your capital right now. Okay, 14. Alright. Okay, let's see if Nico can sniff this out really quick. Yes. Okay. Mishka as well. The two hounds do begin to kind of like lift their noses despite the slanting rain, which is making this a bit more difficult. They both kind of have their ears prick up and kind of gesture their heads over to the tree lying nearby. And as they look over there, you guys do catch the glimpse of a small figure like crouching in the undergrowth. What do you do?
Does it appear to have noticed us?
I would say now that you're looking at it, it looks like it is not only noticed, it looks like it's watching you purposefully.
Well, I will detect evil.
Was the range of that like 60 feet?
Yeah. I believe it is correct.
Okay. There is... go away. Okay. You... Hold on. I'm gonna put the cat outside of the room because he's lost his last chance. Alright, my guy. I'll see you in a bit. Alright, no more biting for him. There is indeed a, like, faint evil aura coming off of them.
I'll call out, stand and declare yourself.
Let's see. There is a brief hesitation. However, you do see a rather, Grillin, you kind of like fade back into like the wind and the rain as this figure stands up. You see a pretty like nondescript man stand up out of the bushes here. Looks to be, maybe in his late 50s. Got like close cropped hair, graying a little bit on the sides. The only really interesting thing about him is that his outfit is like largely picked out in like bright pink and white.
Does that mean anything to me?
I'd say give me a religion check. Knowledge religion. I'd say... Oh, alright. Welcome, Song. I saw Song typing in the chat. I was like, oh. Even, I don't think that's enough to know exactly what you're looking like, but or what this looks like, but there is kind of like a suspicion itching at the back of your skull, just like, oh, I know I've seen these colors before, maybe in like your, church studies.
Well, sadly, I wasn't paying a lot of attention some of the time.
Yeah, you think whatever it was, like, it must have been obscure enough that, like, it didn't immediately stand out to you from what you learned. But as the person approaches, he's like, pardon me, my lords. I saw our lovely ruling council out here in the rain, and I didn't want to interrupt, so I decided to stay out of the way and let you all carry about your business.
Ah, very good. So we carry about our business.
What was that? Sorry, I didn't hear the last part.
Yeah, we just go ahead and go in. I mean, if he doesn't want to bug us.
Well, you see, I am a new addition to your fine country, your lovely barony here. I recently came down from Brevoy, and I admit I was a little nervous out here in the River Kingdoms, and, well, who wouldn't be nervous with royalty, nobles riding by?
Yeah, I kind of nod, and I hope he gets on with it.
It's like, well, if you, well, excuse me, I should really be heading on my way. I was say, Grellin, what do you are behind him now at this point. What do you do? It does not appear that he's noticed you.
So, like, as he turns around, I have the rapier pointed at his face. He's like, you're not so fast.
You see,
Why
he
are
kind
you
of like
actually here?
he like kind of goes cross-eyed, like looking at the tip of the rapier. He's like, all right, I'm not going anywhere. I will stay right here.
So why are you actually here? What's your reason?
Well, I just... I'm a bit of a fan. You all made the dream work out here in the Riverlands, and, you have your own kingdom. I thought I'd get a look at some of my heroes. He's like, you're the royal enforcer. I mean, you've come up from such humble beginnings.
Just, as he says that, the rapier gets closer to his face, like half an inch away from the bridge of his nose. I'm like, how do you know that? What's your name? Who are you?
I'm really nobody, sir. Alfonso's my name. I'm just a humble woodworker. I'm gonna say, actually, since, as he's, like, stumbling through that, you're right in his face, and have dark vision despite this, like, slanting rain. Give me a perception check on him, Grellin. So I'm gonna oppose that with his stealth. Let's check his bonus. Um, you don't see it. You don't see what he's grabbing at, but you see there is like a brief moment where he's kind of like fumbling with something under his neckline, just like fidgeting with it, and then he seems to realize that he's doing it and stops.
I don't move the sword, but I reach for the neckline. I don't rip off whatever he was fidgeting with, but I'm reaching for it to reveal whatever it is.
I think he tries to back away, but you like, you know, bring the sword in like a slow circle in front of his eyes, and he stops. You pull out a strange necklace. Nothing super fancy. It's on just like a thin leather thong, but it's a circle in a rather stylized eye. The eye itself looks bloodshot. Really, it's nothing. It's just an old, an old family heirloom. If I could just have that back, I'll be on my way. Look, your Baron wants to get out of the rain. We should let that happen.
Did you what this guy is?
He's like an old human. Like not old. He's like in his 50s.
Have you shown the pendant to the rest of us at all? Or is it still
I would
blocked by
have
you?
said it out loud.
What it was?
You describe it out loud, is that what you
Yeah.
said?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say, as he's describing it out loud, Aven, give me another one of those knowledge religion checks. I'm gonna say add a +4 to this. 15 will do it this time. You realize why those colors look so familiar. They are, in fact, the sacred colors of an unfortunately, well, somewhat evil deity. These are the colors and holy symbol of the goddess Garona, also known as the Angry Hag. Interestingly enough, you would know that typically her, like, a lot of people fear her as a goddess, but her followers and her clergy are, like, entirely female, typically. And this guy introduced himself with, he pronouns, seems to be male presenting, does not seem to be the typical type of person who would worship her. A lot of her typical worshippers are, like, women who've been disfigured, wives caught in adultery, pregnant teenagers disowned by their parents, and they all kind of turn to the Hag Queen for protection.
All right, so just general knowledge, is her worship permitted in places or pretty much banned everywhere?
I guess, like, you guys haven't specifically banned it, but it is one of the religions that, like, most major countries denounce. Kind of in the same line as, like, Urgathoa or other evil deities, Lamashtu and the like. That, like, her kind of focus, domains in mechanical terms, are things like chaos, destruction, insanity, nightmare, things like that.
Alfonso, worship of Girona is not permitted in the barony. You are ordered to leave the barony as quickly as possible, and if you return, you may be subject to imprisonment. Am I clear?
Quite clear, my lord. I will go on my way at once.
Excellent. And I turn away to go get out of the rain.
He's start riding out of the rain. He looks like he's ready to bolt as he looks like he goes to try to get his symbol back from Grelin, and then, like, reconsiders it and just kind of bows to you and decides to go away. He
Oh, no,
runs.
I didn't take it off of him, so he's still working.
Oh, you're just like held it up to the light. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. He tucks it back in and just runs into the darkness. And with that, you guys do make it back to the capital. Huzzah, huzzah! All right. Everyone is able to rest and get all their things. As you guys kind of gather, the town hall in the center, the following day, trying to decide what business to attend to next. Avon, in the chair of the Baron up there. We see a new figure enter and try to get the attention of the ruling council. Jeff, do you want to describe what the new person walking in looks like?
Yeah, new person is an elf, tall, long blonde hair. He doesn't have the most pleasant expression on his face. He looks rather kind of annoyed. Looks around at the surroundings, and you're not sure if the look on his face means disdain or disgust, but he seems unimpressed. My lords,
Go ahead.
I request an audience on behalf of Talandria Edversil, Queen of Keonan, bearer of the Viridian Crown.
You see Representative Siora Miasalor, the Kyonan diplomat that joined up with you guys. She does like an extremely formal bow to you. And she's like, "Oh, I didn't know that the Queen was sending someone. I know it's been a few months since I've been back in Ayadara, but what is Talandia's message? She sent you all the way here?"
Yes. The Queen apparently believes that this new barony requires some assistance in development and has sent me to aid them in that undertaking. Let me present my credentials from the Queen, and he gives you a very formal-looking document that basically requests that you accept Killian into your leadership and probably listen to what he has to say.
I think Ben the scribe now, no longer Ben the bandit, seems very impressed by this like fancy. It looks like it was almost written like on like pressed leaves, but it is somehow like lighter than paper. Just this like beautiful set of credentials. My cat is big mad outside the door right now. And
well, then you've got Avon.
Yes. Avon. I gotta switch up now. I gotta get in the mindset of Avon now. All right. Well, in light of the embassies we have already exchanged with the nation of Kyonan, I think it would be quite fitting that we receive another member of your court. He kind of glances over at the other representative, and she nods her acquiescence. If you would like, we can work with you as soon as possible. Feel free to take a seat. And hopefully this can lead us to better relations between our two countries. More than an embassy, perhaps next we could move on to a official treaty.
Yes, thank you. I believe that is the Queen's ultimate desire. However, she wished me to present a minor issue. With your permission, my lord.
He kind of like does like the hand wave gesture, like go on.
As the continuation of leadership of the kingdom is extremely important, the Queen requests that you yourself, Avon Medved, cease to undertake risky adventures in the wilderness. and instead devote your time to managing the kingdom here in the capital.
I think the other, the various members of the leading council, our Nugra the Decrepit, our counselor, our generals, diplomats, priests, high priest, all kind of turn to look at Avon as he considers this request. Very well. I know that to have a treaty with the Edasriel family is something that is sought after by many kingdoms. And if the prerequisite of that is to keep myself on the throne for now and ensure that there is a consistent person in which to negotiate with, I suppose I can acquiesce to this.
Thank you, my lord. I shall send notification to the Queen immediately.
All right. He gestures for you to take a seat.
And I take a seat.
All righty. Cool. So, here's the next question. You guys, I imagine, like, between the NPCs, we got Thurlin from the Technic League, your druid who's the counselor, our new elven representative. I think probably Representative Siora, like, gestures to you and indicates that she has, like, a nicer bottle of elven wine. That's just, like, probably better than what is in the Stolen Lands, and offers some. It's like a little taste of home, it's important. And as you guys work on that, here's the question for the party as a whole. What would you like to devote your time doing next? So we could do some more expansion of the kingdoms, or if you guys would like, you could continue investigating some of those leads that you've already heard about. And I think for, some ease of play, I think Avon will be willing to, like, hear those different requests, like whether it's initiating this next round of kind of like top-down meta play and making sure the kingdom has everything it needs, or is happy to, have you guys continue to explore and secure the kingdom. There's still a lot of land that, even in your initial charter, there's a few hexes that you guys have not explored. Even if your barony is now kind of grown beyond those borders.
Well, how are we for our military right now?
I think you guys have not built up much of a military yet.
Well, we probably should. We need at least we need people to defend our nation, so no time like the person to start that.
Very well.
Seems like anything here worth defending at the moment.
Kingdom.
Well, we have our subjects. I'm pretty sure they would enjoy being at least protected or have the sense of protection.
Yes, of course. If you don't mind, I would prefer spending about a week getting to know the current situation of the barony and reports of what you've accomplished so far and what plans you have set in motion for building up of the kingdom.
All right. We'll get into how to, gather army stuff here in a second. But, I mean, recap of where you guys are at right now. Your current control DC for the kingdom is 25. Economy is at 17. Loyalty is at 16. And stability is at 17. You currently have control over 4 different hexes, which is, if you measure it out, each hex is about 15 miles across from point to point. So that's a decent chunk of land over here. The consumption rates are currently at 2, thanks to the fact that you guys have, added in some fisheries and farms to cut down on that. You guys started growing your fame as well. Your fame level right now is 3. There is, however, you guys are still missing a marshal. Let me double check this. However, you could also add, if you want to add this for our new elven friend, you could be essentially a viceroy, which you would be specifically kind of representing, you know, the elven population if it starts to grow here, the embassy and areas like that. Effectively, it adds the same type of bonus to economy as Marshall would, but lets you use intelligence rather than wisdom.
Yeah. Who do we have as Magister currently?
The Magister currently... Sorry, I was just adding that new role. The Magister currently is... that is Thurlin Adona of the Technic League. The, technologic casters from the advanced barbarian state of Numeria.
Yes. Well, personally, I think they are completely wrong-headed in their approach to magic, and the kingdom would be far better served with someone like myself filling that role.
Yeah, we can do that. So, hold on, I'm editing the Hero Lab thing as we go. Here's the question for Thurlin Adona. I am willing to step down as Magister, but I am sure the Black Sovereign would prefer that I maintain a place on this council. Would you have me as a marshal? It is not as much in my skill set, but I could still contribute. I think Avon would be willing to keep that on, just so you guys have another... you guys already have some foreign relations built up with Numeria, and are close to being able to do, like, a embassy next. So, mechanically, I can switch those around. So, what is your intelligence modifier?
So, sorry, I was muted. 5.
No, you're good. 5? Okay, let me... Killian... Magister... Let's change that. So that's economy. Thurlin Adona is not quite as good at being a marshal, but she'll work on it. Keeping her on and adding someone new will help boost economy. Loyalty and stability stay the same from that, but you guys are now up to 21 economy. Let me save that progress. All right. So, with those council positions and business worked on here, what is your guys' next move? Avon, we have our newest counselor. Those of you who often go out into the field, he gestures the 4 of you who are more often out compared to some of the other counselors on here. Do you think it's a better idea to explore right now or continue to grow our kingdom? Both could have distinct ramifications for the barony.
Well, Killian waits briefly to see if anyone else is going to say anything, and he doesn't wait very long before he says, I think it's important to grow the kingdom.
All right. Kind of looks at the others like, are we in a consensus?
Yeah, no problem with that.
All right.
Is it possible to hire like a exploration party?
A what party?
Party to
Exploration.
explore. Yeah.
I heard both of you guys at once there, so I still didn't hear. Sorry.
Exploration party.
An exploration party.
Yes.
I would say.
Isn't that one of the edicts?
I believe that is an edict you can do, as well as I think you can spend some BP to do that as well. Beep-a-doop-a-doo. Let me check our different edicts. That is an edict we have not used yet. Alright. Diplomatic edict. That's not what we want. Alright, exploration edict. Okay. Financing explorers costs 1d4 BP per month of expedition, paid in advance. They would start at the capital hex and spend the agreed upon time traveling to, exploring, and mapping unclaimed hexes. At the end of the contracted period, they return your capital and basically like reveal those hexes. They will. I basically will like make some rolls for them to see if they're able to like reveal certain aspects of the different hexes.
So will they count as explored after that, or just revealed?
They will count as explored.
Okay.
It's just a matter of on my end, I believe it's a matter of like DCs that they're getting essentially.
Right. Okay. What are you guys thinking? You're worth the money.
So they will count as explored, yeah. If they are like if they roll well, reveal like what's on that hex, it'll count as explored, and I can add the map icon as well.
Well, that sounds good to me.
You think it's worth the money then, or you think we just do it ourselves?
I think it may well be worth the money. That way we can focus on actual threats or issues that they encounter, and they can merely locate them for us.
In that case, Song, since you're treasurer, would you like to roll a d4 and see how much you're going to have to pay these guys?
No, Song doesn't want to do that. He wants someone else to do it. Or she.
All right. Normally pretty good at negotiating deals. She meets some rather bull-headed adventurers here, explorers. So let me...
You know what, Ben? They probably charge so much because they're really good at it.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe I should give them a bonus. Okay, so we lose 4 BP from that. I guess technically that would happen in the edict phase, but we can start from the beginning here, and we'll, have paid that. It's one of the optional edicts, so it's kind of not always the most necessary for it to go in the middle. But let's do it. Let's begin a new upkeep phase. So we are doing stability check first. Jeff, if you want to roll that for Avon, basically this is going to be, let's see, you're looking for a 25, and to this one you are currently adding a 17. So D20 plus 17. Oof, close, but that will maintain order. So we pass, no unrest from that. We are going to pay our consumption. So we pay our consumption. We're currently at an even 20 BP after spending on those explorers and just general, upkeep of your kingdom. So we got that. That's good. We're not producing anything right now. Don't need to make an unrest check right now. So edict phase. All right. So, we have all of our current leadership people assigned. Next would be to claim and or abandon hexes. And remember, you can only claim ones that are adjacent to ones you have already claimed.
Well, I believe our next one is the gold mine, or the silver mine, whichever one that is.
I believe the bottom one was silver, I think that top one's gold. If I recall.
Ah, yes, gold.
Alright, and you guys are still a small enough kingdom that you're only going to add 1 hex here. However, it is always good to have a mine producing fresh coin. Whoops, didn't mean to grab that. There we go. Okay. Alright, so that's our claimed hex. That is hills. Let me add that into our hexes. Alright, so we're going to add a hill hex. Beep-a-deep-a-doo. Alright. We got that as well. I imagine that since this is a mine here, that you guys are going to spend the next part of the phase building improvements. I assume you're going to put a mine on there?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So the mine is going to be a bit cheaper because of the cave that's already been found. So instead of 6 BP, this is going to cost 4 BP. Mine. And that will, of course, add to your economy as well. Economy, pretty head and shoulders above the other stats right now, I'll be honest. I think it's 5 above the next highest one. Alright, so you guys have... let me just make sure, kingdom size... You can do 2 terrain improvements. You can do 1 more if you would like.
Well, we should probably do another farm to keep up with our consumption.
Or the rising rate of consumption. Do you want to put that on anywhere in particular, or just the same one that already has a mine on it?
That one's fine. All of our territory is hills still.
Alrighty. I will add that in just a sec. Oh, whoops, that is not what I wanted to do. Don't need to purchase buildings, need to purchase a farm. Okay, so that'll be another amount of BP. That is going to bring us to 11 BP currently. But our consumption went up to 4, then down to 2. Save as we're going. Alright. Next would be creating and improving settlements. I don't think we're building any new settlements yet. But would you guys like to improve some new buildings? You can add 1 new building.
Yeah, I think we're still trying to finish the walls.
Ooh, get some more walls around the outside of it?
Yep.
Alright, give me 1 second.
Walls along just one side aren't that effective.
That is true. Unless they come from that side. And then
It's effective against stupid opponents.
yeah, that's fair enough. Alright, so let's add a wall here. So you guys got 1 last time as well, right?
Yep.
Alright, so we should have... Yeah, okay, there we go. So we have... essentially, since you have the water at your back, you basically need one more set of walls. That is going to put us at 9 build points left. Next, if we want to start building, next would be managing a military, which I added an army tab in preparation for this on the Hero Lab.
So what do we get with the military buildings that we can build in the town?
Let me double check the barracks and stuff. All right, the barracks, for example, they basically reduce unrest. You can upgrade them to a garrison, which will increase loyalty, stability, and lower unrest. I believe you need at least a barracks to house like a standing army. However, I do believe that you can add like mercenaries and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's time yet for an actual army because they're expensive.
Agreed there. I still think we need a militia or something of the sort for now.
Yeah, some training for the local townspeople.
Yeah, in case something happens, we never know what's going to happen yet, so...
We should be able to at least defend ourselves from a small tribe of kobolds.
That's fair. Okay, so basically just getting a bit of a militia here. Can do set our strategy to cautious. Sounds like where we're at the moment. All right. Okay. Okay, so essentially you'd be able to, by training them up as militia, go ahead and give me a D100 roll. We'll say that this can be... Grellin, since you're the enforcer, do you want to make that roll?
Ludwig, what's your role again?
What's up?
General.
Yeah, you should probably let the general roll it, right?
Do we have Ludwig, sorry. I forgot we had the general. I thought that was one we were missing for some reason. Apologies. So many different labels. Ludwig, go ahead and give me a D100. This will be a small... Okay. So we're going to actually adjust that. Alright, so you guys are going to be able to basically train a small militia of about like 40 standing troops, just out of the general populace of your kingdom so far. That is, at the moment, only increasing your guys' consumption by 1.
Fair enough.
Do we have anyone that is able to kind of lead that group?
You mean besides the general?
No, I mean, like, when I'm not around. Like, we need a commander at least for that little group.
You can probably designate the marshal to help, like, train them, which would be Keston.
Yeah, he would be actually an awesome leader for that group.
Alright. So we have our militia that could defend against raiders here. And I believe that is going to be the end of our edict phase. So we're going to go into... are there any edicts you guys would like to change, apart from the exploration edict? Like the holidays, promotion, taxation.
I think we're probably good with those for a while.
You could also try to do like another diplomatic edict if you want to like send out a delegation, try to get Kyonin more involved or Numeria. I believe there are also trade edicts you could do as well. There's a lot of edicts. I encourage you guys to read the list of edicts. They do all cost like BP typically is the trade-off.
Right. Is it on the site or do I have to look it up?
What was that?
Oh, where's the list of edicts? Is it on Roll20?
Here, I can link you guys just the general list of edicts.
Okay.
It's just part of the kingdom building thing. Give me one sec. Council.
Nope,
Oh, all right. Well, fine. Beat me to it. Quicker than me on the draw. The kind of like standard ones, like the holiday one, you guys could up number of holidays, which basically, you know, increase loyalty but increase consumption. The promotion thing is increasing consumption but increasing stability, and taxation, you know, increase economy but lower loyalty. But like you'll make more money. It's like the trade-off.
Well, have you kind of decided what type of kingdom we are yet?
Lawful good kingdom?
Well, yeah, well, lawful good, obviously, but are we more towards or like what's our?
I think technically you guys are an autocracy, being ruled by a like, you know, popular figure or like someone who is a hereditary monarch or someone who's like given a, you know, position like this, like a barony.
It's a democracy. It's kind of one man, one vote, but Avon's the man and he has the vote.
Yeah, it's the most efficient democracy.
I wasn't asking what type of government we are. I'm saying like what are our goals for our kingdom?
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, are we like going for trade or magic or what are we thinking here?
A reflection of the divine city of Abadar on the earth.
Which would mean like, you know, I feel like stability is the key there, because this has inherently been a very unstable region.
Right.
Song, Grellin, any thoughts about tasks to push for? For.
I don't think we need more holidays yet. It's still too early in our kingdom to giving people more time off. We need the resources and the manpower to get things done.
Fair. I will say though, not by a lot, but loyalty is currently your guys' lowest of the big three. So with all the shit we just did, economy is at 22, loyalty is at 16, and stability is at 17.
Okay. Well, Haven, what do you think? What do you think? Anything else you think we should be doing right now or focusing on?
Sounds like Grellin and Song are pushing for some more diplomacy.
Diplomacy is here right now, though.
I mean, that's fine if we want to do another diplomacy. Grellin, you wanted to do it with the Technic League?
Yeah, so the next thing you would need to first get a embassy with the Technic Leagues. Don't have that yet, but since you already have one with Kyonin, you guys could push for a treaty here.
Well, are we ready for a treaty?
If you guys want more time to think about the treaty, you could just go for the embassy.
I mean, embassy wouldn't hurt. More allies is beneficial for everybody.
fair.
All right. So, embassy with Technic League.
Embassy with Thailand. Okay, in that case, whoever you guys, decree to do it, you guys can make a diplomacy check against the other kingdom. You can try and intimidate them as well. There's just like different consequences if you fail. You guys can also, if you want, spend BP. The more you spend, the lower the DCs get.
It's up to you guys. I mean,
And currently you have 9 to spend right now.
my preference is to use our BPs to, build up, claim hexes, develop more resources, that kind of thing.
I agree with you there. I don't think we should be spending BP on diplomacy just yet.
It's fair. You don't need to. You can still just go for, a diplomacy roll anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying we don't do the diplomacy role. Just I don't think we need to be spending BP towards allies just yet.
Okay.
All right. So, Song, Grillin, embassy with Technic League without spending BP.
That sounds good. You guys can... it can be the Grand Diplomat if you want Representative Siora Miasalor from Kyonin to roll this. She can kind of go on your behalf, as she is technically part of your council. Or one of you guys, if you are, better at diplomacy, can try that instead.
What's her diplomacy?
Let me double check my notes on her. I believe hers is just a +5 at the moment.
All right. I mean, we could use Avon's. His is... Let me see here.
Hers is +5.
Yep, he's +10.
All right. In that case, if you want to I can make a ruling roll for Avon.
Okay.
1d20 +10. 22. Let me check that against their DC, but I believe that should be enough. Doop-doop-a-doo. Okay, that will be enough to establish a embassy with Numeria. So add that to our kingdom thing. And then just remind me at the end of the session, I can send you guys like the updated PDF of where you all are at so far. All right. So I believe we are all good with all our edict stuff. So income phase. Are you guys... I assume you're not taking any BP out to,
Nope.
get cash. Are you guys putting any cash in?
I don't think so at this point.
Okay. In that case, yes, okay, so this will be an economy check. So if our treasurer wants to make a D20 roll, and with those new additions to the council and the addition of a gold mine, this is a D20 plus 22. And then
excellent.
we divide that by 3. 10. Why am I bad at math? 11? 13.
13.
I was close. 13 was my first guess. Fuck, I should have gone with it. Okay. Pretty damn good haul, though. So you guys went as low as 9 BP. But now you've gone back up to 22.
Excellent work, Treasurer.
However, there is shenanigans time.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Over the course of these weeks, probably about 3 or 4 weeks to do all this, you begin to hear tale of a rather charismatic orator who has arrived in recent weeks to your capital. This is a bard named Grigory. Give me 1 second, and I will show you who you are dealing with. Where's my handout for him? There we go. This man.
I can tell just by looking at him we should throw him in prison.
You guys would hear, I would say at least, Ben the scribe, he's my lords, he has been, well, rather insulting in his speeches about you all. He's been whipping the crowds in a frenzy, talking about how you all are guilty of gross negligence and that he kind of makes quotes with his fingers, go gallivanting through the gnarl marshes on fool's errands and leave the town unprepared. He was citing some of that werewolf troubles, if you all remember from a few months ago.
The ones that people took care of.
Yes, you did take care of them, but listen, I know that. But this man is very charismatic. Perhaps if you all could speak to him or have a solution involving him. He is indeed human, yes.
I believe we simply outlaw disparaging the government and the leaders, and if he continues, then we lock him up. Straightforward. He can choose to stop.
Flips human bane dagger. Do you guys send someone to tell him that, or are you going to tell him that?
Well, hang on. Before that, do you think that's the best option for a fledgling team like this?
Yes, I do. If we want to grant more freedoms later, we always have that option. But for now, I think we are too close to the edge.
Lord, and true. We just didn't understand, Lord. You don't want to be the ones to go, you can't question us.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. No, fair enough. That was just my 2 cents.
Avon kind of turns to the others. He's like, having control over the country is good, if that is how you all wish to play it, but I would say we should at least talk to the man first.
Oh, agreed, yes.
As you wish. Shall we summon him?
Yes, we can.
Let him know that we have the power here. Make him come before us.
Agreed there, yes.
All right. I'm going to make a roll here. Okay. You guys receive a notification a few hours later from one of your attendants who comes in, telling you that he has refused the summons and is currently giving a speech near the center of town.
Then, I believe we should arrest him. Anyone opposed?
Not opposed, but isn't that just previous point currently?
That we go gallivanting into the gnarl marshes, leaving people undefended?
Well, no, we do it in front of everybody. That makes it could skew up our people's view of us. I'm not opposed to taking him. I just don't think we should be as blunt or as brute force as doing it in broad daylight.
Song.
That's entirely up to you. I am very straightforward as a rule.
Listen, I'm not disagreeing with, teaching him a lesson. I think we should just do it quietly.
Okay. All right. If you guys are going out to quietly arrest him here, as you guys if you're heading out to the center of town, you would see, that Grigori the Bard is currently, just in full swing, pontificating to a bunch of your citizens. And he's like, they want me to come to the palace or the town hall and talk with them, but it's my right to speak out here. This is the stolen lands. We can do whatever we want. Or at least we have the right to choose our own lives. How do you guys approach this? As you see the crowd up ahead.
I am preparing to cast Charm Person on him.
Okay. Any other preparations?
Well, that's kind of blunt.
I'd say as you see Grellin lining that up, Song, your magic, encircles you as she casts Eagle Splendor. Grellin, you throw the dagger, and I'm gonna say, go ahead and what's your DC for Charm Person with Killian?
I'm not casting it until he's until we've ordered him to come or whatever, and he's defying us.
Gotcha. Okay, just loading it up and having it ready.
Yep.
All right. As the dagger, kind of thuds into the wood behind him, the crowd turns around in surprise. They begin to kind of mutter angrily at this action. It was see, this is repression. They wish to thwart the will of the people out here. Everyone
I'm gonna cut him off.
Yeah, you cut him off. Everyone give me a sense motive check on the situation as well. Okay, I'll keep those in mind. What do you do? What do you say to cut him off?
Just as you're saying, but you see, I interrupt, say, au contraire, we're actually not silencing you. I agree, you should have whatever free reign to say what you want. However, we also have free reign to respond to your words and slanderous accusations. And you not affording us the privacy to talk to you amicably. That word.
It's a hard word.
That's a slight to us in our kingdom.
Right. Are you? I would say they could go either way, but you did throw the dagger, so you want to make an intimidate check here?
Sure.
Okay, let's see what we get. Excuse me. All right. You told me, he's like, oh, it was not my intention to defame or not be amicable. I just had busy work out here. I needed to talk to the people. Someone's gotta, just be a straight shooter with them.
being a straight shooter by spreading lines.
Again, your presence is requested. Will you come? Actually, instead of requested, he says commanded.
Say, give me a. Are you trying to like say it intimidatingly or just
Nope.
state a fact?
Just purely informational.
Okay. He's like, and what if I say no? Am I not allowed to go on my way and leave the city? Oh, okay.
Are you
so
leaving
song...
the city?
Well, I didn't have plans to, but I could if I wanted.
So you will not come?
I don't have any plans to, no.
All right, charm person, DC 16.
All right, let's see. What is it? Will save?
Yep.
This is language dependent. You see he kind of like waves his hand annoyance. You see they would use magic to silence me. This is not right. Magic should be used for laughter, for games. You see, casts a bunch of dancing lights into the like over the crowd.
Well, now that's just annoying.
Darkness. Ooh. All right. So what's your plan with the darkness? Because I might have us move around here. We'll see. We'll see. I'd say song. Okay. So you do that. Grillin. I'd say give me a stealth check if you're trying to actually get next to this man. Song. Do you want to make an intimidate check on that? As you threaten him with arresting. We shall see. Okay. Alright, give me a combat maneuver, Grellin, as he is refusing to come with you. You can do, use your fortune as the hex kicks in. Oh, Jesus.
Ouch.
Grellin, using your fortune on this? All right, go for the reroll. We'll see. This might be because 12 certainly did not do it. That will do it. As you sneak up behind him, and he kind of crashes to the ground in front of the crowd here. As he does, are you guys trying to actively pull him away at this point? Like, how active of a role are you doing this now? As, you know, Gretlin, you're kind of standing over him at the moment.
Well, I'm not doing anything physical first.
Okay. see what Grellin is having his thing say, and then we'll determine. Okay. I would say, Song, you do one last diplomacy check, and if this does not succeed, it's going to get ugly. As he starts to clamber back up. He dusts himself off. Very well, very well. I will come with you. We can have a word in private. Give me a... I'm gonna give him another roll here, actually. You don't need to make this, okay. The crowd does not seem angry, but they don't seem pleased either. So you guys managed to get him away and, you know, back to your own chambers. What are you talking to him about? He's, well, how can I help you, your lordships?
So, does anyone want to take the lead on this one?
Go ahead.
No, not right now.
All right. Well, at least if you guys are bringing back in, Avon would probably chime in here and be like, why are you doing this? Why are you whipping our citizens into a frenzy and making them think that we are not here for their best interests? Because we are. Grellin, yeah, your slanderous and inaccurate. He's like, Avon is like, I agree. We are not gallivanting. We solved a lot of problems. We solved that werewolf problem. That he would still be alive if not for us. Grigori kind of looks up and he tells you guys, listen, I am a humble bard from the nearby kingdoms, and I just wanted to let the people know what's been going on. They have a right to information, wouldn't you say? We can't hide things from the people. I'm just prompting them to prompt you all into better rulership.
No, that is not correct, or you would have come to us. That is not your goal. That is a lie, and we are well within our rights to imprison you or expel you from the kingdom. Barony.
Oh, come now. I know I talk a good game, but I am an entertainer. You see the kind of like gestures to like a lute strapped to his back. He's like, I'm quite good at it as well. We don't need to take any harsh actions.
I didn't see you entertaining. I saw you rabble-rousing.
Give me a sense motive as you guys are, you know, have him in the council chamber at this point. Ludwig. The rest of you can also, like, you know, Killian and Grellin, this guy is, you know, an asshole and like a bard, and he kind of looks like he is just what he says he is. Ludwig, you see this like brief flash of something more behind his eyes here, and as you kind of look at him, you know, narrowing your eyes to focus in on what he's saying, you would get the sense that, you know, first of all, definitely confirming that he is not here to entertain, you know. Like you said, Killian, he is here to rabble-rouse. Sorry, one second. There we Um, and in that moment, Ludwig, I think you see that there is this like deeper cunning, and that he is not who he seems to be.
Well, yeah, I fully don't believe you whatsoever. I think you're lying. Fully.
Sorry, Jeff, I couldn't quite hear you there.
Oh, no, sorry about that. Yeah, that's bullshit. I think you're lying.
Yeah. Killian nods
been
in
here
total
what?
agreement.
You've been here, what, 2-3 days? I've not seen you do any entertaining whatsoever.
Um. Hmm. Grigory, as you guys call him out on that, there is a moment where he hesitates, and then you see like his whole demeanor shift. Like before, he's kind of like angry, impassioned public speaker, big gestures, kind of like making himself appear larger than life. You see all that kind of like shrink away as he relaxes his shoulders, crosses his arms a little bit, and kind of drops some of the overbearing tones. Well, I suppose I didn't think I could slip this past you forever. Yeah, I'm not here to entertain. I'm here to stir things up. Maybe paying me, I'll be on my way. I don't have to stick around. I got other things to do.
Well, you want us to pay you now?
No, if he would like to stay, I'm sure we can find him a cell.
Indeed, we have lots. Or, you
Actually,
know,
that's not true, Ludwig. We don't have that many.
I'm sure you can find him something. Lock him in like your one house.
I'm pretty sure Nico's hungry, so.
Give me. I'm gonna say if one of you wants to take point on it, make an intimidate check.
Yeah, I'll go for it.
And then if you want to assist, Grellin, that's a good question. That might change the DCs here. All right. He doesn't seem very phased by these threats, but he looks over at Grellin as you ask that, who's paying you currently, and he's like, shrugs, and he's like, well, you know, client bard privilege. I know that's not a thing, but I could be persuaded to part with that information for a little coin.
Well,
Yeah, Killian doesn't want to give him anything.
Even isn't blackmail illegal?
Isn't what?
Blackmail illegal?
This would be extortion.
This would be extortion, I believe, at this point.
What the king? Is that illegal?
Well, extortion makes it sound so ugly, but
Well, that's what you're doing to us.
it's extortion. I'd agree.
So, what do you say, guys? Just lock him up?
Lock him up.
Agreed.
All right. As you guys do, he is gonna try and react here. Give me one moment. All right. I'm gonna bring us over. I know you guys' city is not this developed yet, but we're going to go over to a city map so we can approximate the size of your central town hall. Okay, Grellin, you will have that as well. It has lost sight of you. Alright, if you guys want to put yourself anywhere in the outline of this central building. The brown one in the middle. I'm going to put him in there with you guys as well. And you guys can arrange yourself however you think you would be, you know, around him in these council chambers. All right. He has lost sight of you temporarily, Grellin, but we are going to go ahead. Let me clear our order. Go ahead and roll into initiative. Okay. Ooh, that was not what he needed if he wants to get away. Oh yeah, he's already last place. Oof. Keeps getting worse. And then, oh, let me put Ludwig up above. Literally everyone went before him. Holy fuck. I'd say, Killian, you're up first. I think it's pretty obvious to you that he is, like, beginning to make the gestures of, like, a somatic component for a spell.
Right. Okay, so grease time.
Grease time. Alright, 1 second. See, I feel like his reflex save is not nearly as good as his will, so that is probably not gonna do it.
Should be 17 DC anyway.
17?
Yep.
It's fucking good you mentioned that, because he got a 16. Alright, so he immediately falls prone. Hilariously, he was getting ready to cast Grease. That's his, like, opening move. So do you move anywhere with that, Killian, or you just kind of, like, toss that to him? Oh, I can change your... Haven't set up your nameplate and stuff for this token, but I will do that as we're going. But do you, like, move anywhere or take any other types of actions? Okay. In that case, go ahead, Nico. And Killian, I'm going to save this so we don't have to do your token every time.
All right, Nico is going to. Wait up. Hold.
That will not work as he jumps out of the way. Even flat-footed isn't acted yet. Alright. Grellin, however, you are hidden from his sight and can do some sneaky business here. He's kind of faded into the background of the room as he was looking for his escape.
But I will throw the human being dagger. I'm going to try to hit him in the foot specifically. But...
Okay, are you trying to throw the human bane dagger at him, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make your roll. That will indeed hit. Go ahead and add sneak attack on that, too. Ooh, okay, so 15 right off the bat. That looked like a lot of damage to him as the blade just sinks into the back of his shoulder. Lets out a scream as the magic kicks in here. And he's bleeding as well. Song, that is you.
What?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh. Yeah, one his foot, not his shoulder.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And then I wanted to say, coming out of the shadow or whatever, I suggest you stop trying to run, and you will meet your maker much sooner.
Give me an intimidate check. right. He kind of like spits on the ground. He's like, I'm not done here. Now a song.
So you will be.
All right, hold person. Ooh, baby. Coming with the powerful spells here. Oh, that is going to paralyze him as his body stiffens up. Ludwig, you see that he is currently paralyzed in front of you.
What do you guys? Should we keep hitting them, or should we wait? And I'll hold my action to see what everyone else says.
Get the manacles.
Get the manacles. All right. I believe can attempt a new save. But yeah, here to get the manacles. He still does not pass. So at this point, if you guys are getting the manacles, you pretty much auto get the manacles on him.
All right. Take him away.
Still kind of frozen up. Ben the bandit kind of he gestures for like a couple of those other bandits that you guys, rehabbed, and they go to drag him away. All
Okay,
right.
I need a quick break.
Yep, I was saying that'd be a good spot for a break. I was thinking the same. All right, guys. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Elf. Okay. Cool beans. Cool beans. All right. So, let me take us out of the turn order because you guys have this man fucking locked away. Bring us back to our kingdom. Capital. All right. I mean, up to you guys if you want to let him languish for a few days or go talk to him right away.
Oh, I thought that was done with. We were just going to leave him locked up forever.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you had any more questions for him. Just leave him locked up forever.
Basically, yes.
I mean, it's probably Avon that would want to let him out of anyone.
Woof. All right. Well, you guys have stopped the threat of that, which was fucking with your kingdom's unrest, so that's good. That being said, we are still, out of kingdom management stuff. All right, give him a few days before you go and find out who is paying him. What's your guys' next move? You have a few different leads around the kingdom. Where are you trying to explore, or are you just trying to explore? Are you? Hold on, gotta make my checks because if we're at the end of kingdom management, that would have been their time to explore. Yep. Okay. All right. The people you paid are going to reveal a variety of hexes and shit that's there. So, let us start with the hex right here in between the corrupted grove where you guys fought the killer tree and the, people thought she was an evil witch, but she's just a sorceress who happens to be green and fey looking. But they would tell you in that hex that they didn't talk to him much, but there is like a mad hermit that lives there, and they think he might be magical. Lives out in a hut in there. And I will mark that one as explored as well.
When I read through your notes, I believe Bakken or someone was looking for a...
What about Boken?
Wasn't he looking for a lost relative or something?
Mm-hmm. He's looking for his brother who tried to kill him and his mom.
Right. Well, we should maybe check this out. It might be him.
All right, and then let me get my polygon reveal here. Then they swung south to continue your southern explorations. And that would be... Come on. Okay. They warn you. You guys had heard the rumors, and the rumors that there is a forest drake in these parts, or at least they thought it was a dragon. These people confirm to you that is indeed a forest drake that has made its camp to the east of the ogre lair. Alright, so let me get our monster one. Come on, work with me. There we go. Okay, so Drake in that one. And then they were able to explore the next several hexes. So I'm gonna get a bunch here. Sorry, there's more polygon revealing than I normally do at once. Okay. So, the one that is immediately east of where the Drake has its base, they were unable to find anything of note in that area, but it is indeed explored. Then in the one that is southwest of where you met the first Nixie, they tell you that they briefly met a rather well-meaning giant who's wandering in that area by the name of Munguk, who actually have this guy's miniature in real life, and it's maybe my favorite giant miniature I own. They tell you, like, he seems, dangerous. Like, he is a giant, but we offered him a couple of drinks, and he was happy to just sit with us for a bit. They also tell you he seems exceedingly sad, leading to perhaps the most relatable line in the book, which is describing this encounter. He's got -8 penalty on perception due to his depression.
Oh, damn.
Fucking incredible. What a statement.
Oh no.
So let's get you another map icon because you explored there. And this will be another monster encounter. And then finally, one more to the right of that. They told you they found an abandoned ferry station at the conjunction of these rivers. Essentially, they tell you there's enough left of this ferry enterprise that, Ferry, by the way, not like Faye. That if you guys were to build a settlement there, you could get a pier for free. And those are the checks that they had to successfully explore.
Nice.
All right. Yes, lots of bookkeeping, but with all those facts securely in your guys' wheelhouse, where are we thinking we're going?
Well, we have requests for the Forest Drake and for the missing brother of Boken, so we could start there.
Could do. The Mad Hermit is the closer of those two options.
Right. So anyone opposed to going to the Mad Hermit?
Nope.
All right. In that case... Yes, pal, I hear you. Let me roll for weather. Okay, you guys got clear skies today. And are going to be able to make it all the way to where they said the Mad Hermit's hut is. Are you guys riding straight up, or are you trying to be sneaky?
Grellin, do you want to sneak? All right, we will let Grellin go ahead.
All right, Monsieur Rogue, go ahead and give me a stealth check. All right, you do not seem to be spotted as you rock up here. I'm gonna give you guys a handout of what exactly you're looking at.
Is that cat wearing glasses?
No, I think that's just, well, I thought they were just its cheeks, but now you have me questioning reality. I think that's just the coloration above his mouth, because I don't see anything about his
All right.
cat wearing glasses. Okay, yeah, okay, I think it is just the coloring. So you see this man doesn't seem to be aware of you, living in this like huge hollowed out tree in this section of the marshes. He is currently dancing around, pretending to play a variety of instruments as this fucking giant puma just pads around him, and seemingly just butts his head against him like affectionately.
Okay, so remind me what Boken wanted.
Boken either wanted him brought to justice and like to Boken, or just to kill him and bring proof.
Ah, well, second one's easier.
Yeah, you guys would know, basically like Boken has no love lost because this guy tried to basically stab him and their mother.
How confident are we in our identification, or do we need to?
I'd say give me I'd say either perception or sense motive. See if you can confirm whether or not this is Boken's brother. You would have seen Boken in the capital at this point, so Killian, you would know that that is almost certainly his brother.
All right. So, Grellin, are you in position? Everyone else ready?
All right.
All right.
Give me one moment.
Since
He is going to be cavorting down by the trees. Let's go over to our marsh map. I'd say since you snuck up, Grellin, you could be anywhere within like 30 or 40 feet that has cover right there. And then everyone else, I'd say if you didn't want to give Grellin away, you're probably, we'll say about 60 feet away. So, yeah, 60. Yeah, basically anywhere on kind of that side of the river over there, where Killian is. Grellin, you are good over there. You're hidden.
whose crocodile is that?
That is Song's crocodile.
Mm.
All right. Anyone else doing anything to prep before we go in here? And I'll clear the previous order while we're doing this.
I'm summoning eagles.
Eagles? How many eagles? Just one eagle? Five eagles. Okay, hold on. All right. And this should have. What's the bonuses? It's
augmented summoning is +4 to strength and constitution.
Okay, +4 to strength. So strength mod goes up by 2. And +4 to con as well, you said?
Yep.
Okay. Any other changes?
It can smite evil.
Okay. Well, I don't need to mechanically change that at least.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna buff myself and Nico with full strength and bark skin.
And all right, buffing yourself with bark skin.
And full strength.
All right.
And magic fang with
So it gained.
and I'll also shift into a bear most likely.
Okay, hold on. Let me get rid of this. Now I should be able to summon the augmented eagle. Why you do this to me, eagle? Because you say you have 5 health, but this is in fact not true. Alright. Okay, there we go. Now let me just save this as the new default eagle, then I can give you control of the eagles. Celestial eagle. And this should be... Alright, can you move that dude around? Killian?
Yep.
Alright. It should be in your journal as well. You can just drag and drop 4 more of them if you would like.
Alright.
And Grellin, you're basically going to get a turn here to do an attack on this boy stealthily, and then we can all roll our initiatives while Killian summons the horde. Okay, not terrible. Alright. And then... so Grellin, go ahead and make either, ranged or a melee attack, whatever you want to do here. I'd say you were very well hidden, so we did not just sneak up on him here. Let me check his flat-footed fortune. Okay, go ahead and reroll. We'll see if that... Okay, 13 when I miss, 15 does hit flat-footed, and you're there, so go ahead and add the sneak as well.
And then I realized I also forgot to add the human bane damage last.
Oh, okay. So that's... it would be 2d6 more. Okay, so 17, and even 20. He does not quite look bloodied yet, but it looked like it definitely took a lot out of him. Go ahead and roll for initiative. I know it says leopard, but it's a puma. It's the same stats for this guy. Puma. Alright. Looks like we got everybody in. Let's sort ourselves out. Alright, Killian. Let's zoom out and see the Eagle Horde. What is your opening play here?
Well, I'm going to summon them up high. They're all going to charge and attack.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I'll add the bleed in 1 sec. He's got 3 bleed. Oh, look, cat! Birds! Oh, God, no! Are they smiting?
Yeah, they're certainly always going to try.
Alright, so that'll add an extra, I believe, +2 to their hits. Because of just who they are as birds. So, do you want to roll their Actually, you know what? I can make this easier on us for a hot second. There we go. Okay, I changed the bite, which I assume is what they're doing first, to a +5. If you want to just hit that
Yeah.
5 times. Who's going for who? Like, how many on the hermit, how many on the cat?
2 on the hermit, 3 on the cat.
All right. Sorry, I'm just modifying their stuff right now. Okay, yeah, go ahead and do the hermit ones first.
All right. Do I need to just type in the roll on that one?
No, if you go to
No.
if you shift double click, it'll open the Celestial Eagles sheet, and you can just click the bite button.
All right. There we go.
Trying to make it as easy on you as possible, so you don't have to type all that stuff.
Appreciate it.
Okay. And it was the first. Where's the delineation?
The first 2 on the hermit.
Okay. The second one will miss. First one will hit. And smite him. So it should do, I believe, 2 extra damage on that. So that would actually be 6.
Okay.
60, okay, and then the Puma, who has the leopard stats. Let me just double check. Flat-footed, 2 out of 3 are gonna hit. The 7 is not gonna hit.
Okay.
Let me see. I believe his animal is not evil, though.
Evil.
Okay, his animal is not evil, so that will just do the listed damage right there. So the Puma takes 4.
All right.
As the birds swarm down, beaks and claws aglow with holy energy. Anything else, or tossing it over to Song?
It's all your Song.
Alrighty. Go for it. Alright. Can he charge? Do you have his stats pulled up? You should have access to his sheet. Let's see. I believe he is going to negate... Yeah, okay, so... In this swamp biome, if you have a swim speed, you can negate the difficulty of the swamp. Although he's not actually swimming, he is moving his land speed, so I don't know if he has the distance. Yeah, he doesn't quite have the distance, because he would only be able to move 40 feet over land. Oh, sprint. Okay, so increasing it by 40 feet for 1 round. In that case, he would be able to, and just put him on the same square as the Eagles, because technically the Eagles are, like, above, not taking up the ones right in front.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So go ahead and make bite. This is an extra +2. That'll absolutely do it. So there's going to be 10 damage. Or, sorry, no, 8 damage. And go ahead and make the combat maneuver to see if he grabs the hermit. Oh, you gussied up the sheet? Well. I'm pretty sure that's gonna do it. That will indeed do it. The hermit is currently grappled. Anything else from Song? Alright. Well, that wasn't ideal. Fucking swarm of animals. Alright, let's see. What is he gonna do to get out of this? He is going to attempt an escape artist check. What's the CMD of your croc? I feel like he probably beat it, but worth checking. Okay, so he is going to slip out of the croc's mouth with remarkable dexterity for this crazy old man. And then he is going to move. And he's going to try to acrobatics away from the birds, so he doesn't get bit by a bunch, and the croc. I don't know what each of the croc and the birds' CMDs are off the top of my head, but I will tell you his acrobatics check was a 19. Okay, so croc will get a bite on the 20. Okay, well, understandable. The birds are not as good at op attacks. Quantity over quality. Okay, so but the croc will get a bite. That does work. If this fucking grabs him, fucking so ridiculous. Okay, so he takes that damage. Go ahead and roll a combat maneuver. Okay, never mind. He stays over here. Managed to drop out, does a sick backflip, and then gets caught in the jaws again. In anger, the puma is gonna go over here and try to start biting at the croc. I believe that'll provoke from the other two that didn't get an op attack yet, so unless he can get by them. He cannot, so this is two eagle op attacks on the puma. Those will both do it. Okay, so we got... Alright, puma's looking pretty rough. However, it is now his turn to go in on the croc. This is going to be with his bite attack. Oh, he can pounce, so he could do all of these, technically. Okay, bite's going to miss on a 10, but the claws are going to be 16 and 17, respectively. Okay, so the claws will both hit. Gator is going to take 17 damage as the claws rake through its scaly hide. Alright. Yeah, Puma's not fucking around. Alright, Ludwig.
Alright, Ludwig will head over to the puma.
Alright, moving over there. Anything else?
And we'll take a swing at the puma.
Alright. That will hit. This thing looks barely alive as you savage it with the bite. Perhaps Nico will finish it off, though.
Most likely.
Alright. Wolf versus Puma. He just leaps onto the Puma. They roll around on the ground, and then finally Nico gets his jaws on this thing's throat, and that cat is going to go down. These guys are getting badly beaten up. Grellin, that's you, and this guy is being grappled, so he's being denied dex, so I believe this will be a sneak attack here. Even if it wasn't, there's a billion eagles as well. Is that with the +2 to hit from the dagger? Okay, so with flanking, maybe, because he's losing 2, 15. Even with the +2 and then also the flanking, that is just gonna miss, as it seems to hit his armor and not go through. Seems to be a bit stronger than your standard leather. And that is going to be Killian and the birds.
Well, Killian's not really going to do anything. He thinks this battle is pretty much over. So, 3 birds are going to get full attacks.
Yep.
And then 2 bites.
All right, so let's take it a bird at a time. So, like, Yeah. Alright, that's bird 1. That crit does confirm. These are all with extra 2 from Smite, so that would have been 5, 8, 3. So that's 15. The Hermit looks still alive after that, though badly wounded. You can see these, like, glowing animal strikes are deeply hurting him. Whatever this guy has done in his life, he is very evil. Okay, so 3, 5, miss. So that's another 8 damage. Looking on death's door, basically. Like, pecking out eyes, clawing out arms and chest. And with one last cut across the throat, that is going to finish him. And we are out of combat. They are not very strong. And you guys
dismiss the birds with the wave of my hand.
Boom. They kind of vanish and like the clouds kind of briefly part, and you have like, you know, those like big old sun rays partially through clouds. Each one like beams the birds away. As these eagles return to whatever, you know, beautiful part of Elysium or heaven they were plucked.
Yes, yes. Good, like to show off.
Croc eats leopard and vanishes. Alright. So, I don't think... We're not going to get to a level up this time, but also you guys are damn close to a level up with the stuff you've been doing. Milestone-wise.
Alright. Well, next thing to do is to search.
Okay. So, searching him, he has the following items. Per my usual rule, if it's stuff you've already seen, I'm not going to make you roll fucking spellcraft. But he's a +1 leather armor, +1 whip, masterwork short sword, ring of protection +1. The cat was a cat, did not have anything. However, go ahead and give me a perception check on the Hermit's campsite. See if we can spot a few more things here. Alright, this Hermit did not hide his goods well enough, as Ludwig, Killian, and Nico all find it immediately. You see that, like, in the hollow of that tree where he was staying, there was, like, a few crude pieces of wooden furniture, a simple bowl and spoon that he's carved, pile of leaves as a bed, yeah, tiny cookie factory. Oh my god, my stomach hurts too much right now to even consider a cookie. You do see, though, that, like, there is a hole dug, but like freshly turned earth beneath the leaves, and as you brush it away, it wasn't very far down, there is a chest buried under there.
Well, that's manual labor I don't do, so I assign somebody to pick it up, or dig it up.
Alright, if you guys dig it up, you're going to find the following things in there. There is a potion of Cure Light Wounds, a potion of invisibility, silver pieces, gold pieces, and a tarnished silver locket holding the faded portrait of a young woman. Reese's Pieces. I cannot for the life of me think of the last time I had a fucking Reese's Pieces.
It's funny, I'm having one right now.
What?
Well, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fuck, I should go on a candy run later. Okay, I would say, because you guys already fucking rolled about this earlier and got like a 31, pretty clear that this locket, it's probably the brother's mom. Just from like the various like set of her nose and her hair. Foully tarnished. Tarnished.
Surprisingly, it was.
I don't think I've played that game since I beat the final boss a while ago. I should keep playing it. Alright. One last thing that you find as you pick these items out of the chest, there is a folded cloth map at the bottom, rather faded, of the green belt, the area you guys are in now. I would say if anyone wants to, you could... Knowledge geography would be more useful, but if you don't have it, you could also attempt a straight intelligence or wisdom roll as you look at this, like, insane map with like weird scrawls and scribbles and faded shapes that this dude has made.
Well, I'm willing to let Gremlin have first, peek at it.
I would say cartography tools. You could roll for them as well. It's definitely relevant. Sorry. So, if Grellin, if you want to roll for that, we will see what we're looking at here.
Sorry, what was that? What am I wrong?
You found
There's
a
map we
new
found.
map. So if you want to roll like your cartography checks for your own maps, if you want to roll that on this, try to figure out the fuck it is, because this hermit was pretty damn insane.
What is cartography? Was what I meant to ask, because that's not a thing.
You could have
You make maps, right? What are you using for that?
Yeah, it's just a +2 map making kit.
then it'll be +2 to knowledge geography usually. Or it would be +2 to just straight intelligence. 13. If anyone wants to make one a check to assist on that, that's close.
Oh no, I'm not assisting. I'm doing my own check.
Okay. You are able to decipher it. Grellin, you get a few hints as like what this is. You pinpoint like one of the rivers. Killian, you managed to put together enough to realize that this map seems to point the way to a hidden burial cairn, somewhere in the Kame lands between the Gudrun and Shriek rivers, due east of the northern shores of the Tuskwater. It is said, it looks like, according to this guy's doodles and like designs, looks like there is some sort of potent weapon hidden in there. Although it looks like his scribblings indicate that there are various traps and some sort of... He has like a stick figure with like angry eyes, some sort of guardian at the end of it.
Interesting.
So on the map, I can bring you guys back over to that to show exactly where this appears to be leading.
So Kellyanne is a bit of a pompous jerk as he points out to Grellin the stuff that he should have been able to figure out.
Pompous jerk. Okay, so you guys would know, basically, from the map, you guys haven't explored it yet, but it looks to be like one more hex east over here would be the location of the barrow.
Nah.
All right. And that is all that is in those areas, or in that area with the lovely hermit. Let me move your horse around, actually, because you should be over in the other one. All right. What is your next move?
I believe it's to...
Well, we're going to
I'm
wrap
okay
up at
with that
9, so
here.
I just want to figure out where it's headed next,
think-
so I can mentally prepare.
I think the forest drake next.
Toward the forest drake next?
Yep.
Alrighty, I will add that to my notes. Okay, head to the forest drake next.
And if all goes well, we might head over to the lair next to it.
Sounds good. Okay, so you guys will pick back up next time. Have a little bit of daylight left, and you'll begin your journey towards the forest drake that you guys have heard so much about. Then you can ponder what might be in this hidden barrow. I will say for next week, I would have your ideas what you want to do for the level up ready, because you're not quite there, but you're extremely close to the level up.
Sounds good.
So, if you have, feats, abilities, whatever you want to decide, have those prepped so you can make the transition easily enough during the game. All right. Thanks for playing, guys. I shall see you next Monday.
Thank you.
No worries.